Joe Biden does decide to jump into the race, former Congressman Dennis Kucinich says Hillary's nomination is all but inevitable. Congressman, you're echoing what Charlie Gasparuno more or less is saying, but we heard this in 2007 in some upstart first-term senator announces his campaign in front of a dozen people on a snowy day, completely dismissed, and he runs away with it. So why can't history repeat itself? I know the people in Bernie Sanders' camp, look at that number, 30%. I mean, you've got to think that Hillary's vulnerable here, no?
Well, there is a vulnerability, and Senator Sanders has conducted a brilliant campaign up to this point and has to be given full credit for that. However, when you look at the primary season, well, I think that you can make a case that Senator Sanders will win New Hampshire and even Iowa. Once you go on to southern states in the Midwest, it becomes a little bit tougher. Senator Clinton, Secretary Clinton has a very strong base among African Americans and among Latinos, and I think that will rise to her defense in those later primaries.
But shouldn't someone in the Democratic hierarchy be concerned about the general election where she's going to be pulled before Congress in a couple of months? There's no doubt about that. She's going to be grilled about this. More and more numbers are coming out. We get a dozen, then it's 60. It just looks awful right now. And I got to think someone in a Democratic hierarchy structure is worried about this. And you've got to be thinking Plan B.
Well, before we start talking about Plan B, though, let's point this out. Hillary Clinton, just because she's Hillary Clinton, does not mean that she's guilty until proven innocent. Secondly, Hillary Clinton should not be subject to being guilty by the unvirtue of constant repetition of a charge. And that's what's going on right now. Look, I have, in this race, Bernie Sanders and I have known each other a long time. I wish him well. I've known Hillary Clinton a long time. I wish her well. But I'll tell you something. The politicization of the email charges are right now skewing this, and it's the constant attacks about the emails, which we don't know enough about yet.
With all due respect, though, if she didn't have to tweak her story and play that semantics game over and over again, she's playing a semantics game, and Bill Clinton got away with it, and he had sexual relationships, and that woman and all that junk. People are hip to their game, and they don't like it. It's her fault that it's dragged on this long.
Well, you know what? You're right. But, I'm also stating, and I think I'm right about it, that there's still a person who, though she's in public life, is entitled to the presumption of innocence. I think that's a really important point, even in a campaign.
Yeah. All right, sir. Ultimately, it's a court of public opinion that gets you elected. Thank you very much. You know that better than anyone else. We appreciate it.